For those of you just now joining us, welcome to Father Bob Maguire's channel at church.tv. And this is the first, as you probably guessed by the technical difficulties, this is the first live stream that Father Bob will be doing on church.tv. And I'd just like to welcome you all to the channel.
They want to know what I'm doing here because somebody said to me before, for God's sake, tell us what you're doing here. The reason we're here, I'm Bob Maguire, the Roman Catholic priest. I was the parish priest of South Melbourne, which is just around the corner. How long? For 38 years. February 1, 2012, they asked me to leave, not because I was a sinner or a crook, but simply because I was over 75 years of age, and the book said when you're 75 you should hand in your resignation, which I did. No, which I refused to do. And they gave me another 2 years. So I took it. 1 February this year, was all over Red Rover, and we came to this place just around the corner, and we're trying to work out what Bob Maguire, the Roman Catholic priest, should be doing with his priest life.
So what is it that you are doing, Bob?
I don't know what I'm doing, that's why you're here. To try and help us to work out what we're doing. It's a laboratory, comrade. It's a laboratory. It's the Institute of Spiritual Technology on the air. And that's this is a unique program insofar as we're asking viewers to actually invest in this Institute of Spiritual Technology, also known as the Parish Without Borders. And obviously, since you're sitting there dressed up as a Buddhist monk, the viewers may also come to the conclusion that this is not a specifically denominational thing, that it's a broader spectrum. In fact, the next episode we may well have, what might we well have on? We might well have on a dancing, what do you call it?
Whirling dervish?
Thank you, a whirling dervish. That's what we might have, to prove that this thing is bigger than all of us.
So why do you think the Parish Without Borders is needed?
Oh, because I think all human beings have an appetite for the other. All right? I'm not going to say God, because my friend Skeg on Twitter, the atheist, will put messages on saying this is absolutely ridiculous, neither of them know what they're talking about, ergo there is no God. We're not talking of God. We're talking about the X Factor. Not the show, in case somebody around the universe watches the X Factor. We're talking about Higgs boson, which is that particle which adds weight to all the other particles. And that's what we're trying to find out. You're trying to help me too. You're supposed to be part of the Institute of Spiritual Technology.
Yep.
But you've picked another name. What's the other name you've picked?
Well, the word we came up with was...
Am I interviewing you?
I'm interviewing you.
Oh, sorry. Right.
Yeah.
What's the other name you've picked?
Ethos.
What's it mean?
It means character.
And
I guess the idea behind ethos is that what you're talking about is not just one religion.
No.
It's not dogma. It's not one way of thinking.
Although I saw a definition of the word dogma in a thing today, and it says opinion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay.
To have an opinion.
Well, then I guess maybe you are doing dogma, would you say?
Well, yeah, but I mean, we've got to be careful. But it's all semantics.
It is.
Thank you.
So, you've already explained what the Parish Without Border is.
Well, not very
but
at length, but I mean...
We can go into it some more. But
yeah, well, it's a virtual community.
It?
See, with the church... what is it? .tv? Church.tv is the medium that we're trying to create an online community of people who are searching. You know what I mean? It's the hitchhiker's thing, guide to the galaxy, you see. But in layperson's terms, we have. And together we might be able to tease out a few, basic, until we end up with what I'm looking forward to is doing maybe a ritual or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 online, because people seem to have an appetite for ritual as well. There's not many rituals available for secular humanists.
It's true. Why ritual?
Except drinking.
Why do we need better rituals, though? What's wrong with just the public
No, because
church?
words are cheap.
Okay.
I'm sick of words. We're going to talk all night on this thing. We could be doing something and shut up. You know what I mean? We could do what the Muslim comrades do and just cut a sheep's throat or something. That would be, well, that would, isn't it?
We're not doing that on
No,
on
we
this channel.
don't say that because that's discriminatory. Why can't we do it? You know what I mean?
Because of the sheep.
Oh, forget the sheep. We're worried about the ritual aspect, comrade, all right? And we won't be doing circumcisions either online, I promise listeners. But we may do other ritual things like a cup of, what do you call it, wine or whatever. And in fact, I was going to do it tonight. If this had turned into a dud show, I would have gone into my little bag of tricks and pulled out a cup with wine in it or grape juice and what do you call it? Pitta, isn't it? Bread, and just stared at it for a while. And then you would have been tempted to say, this is my body, this is my blood, and I would have slapped you because you're not allowed to do that. That's my caper. You see? And then out of your little bag of tricks, you would have pulled out little bells or things.
Yeah.
Or what else have you got?
I've got bells.
What else? Things.
Come on. Drums. I've got lots of little things.
Well, there you are. We could be
Insects.
doing that. Could be a magnificent. This could be the hit parade or something. You know what I mean? Ritual things.
But don't you have to explain if people...
Flags. You got flags.
Yeah, we have flags. We have different things.
Nice, isn't it?
I
don't think we're into flags.
But I don't know if people get it, do they? Without an explanation.
Well, we're going to do both, comrade. We're not just going to put things and just stare at them like that. You're going to say, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is what this means, that's what that means. You see what I mean? The Japanese tea ceremony, we would get a nice Japanese person in there, what is it, thick kimono, just come in and say, by the way, the precision behind the Japanese tea ceremony is part of the ceremony. We are trying to express da-da-da-da-da. See what I mean? That's what I reckon we can do.
Sure.
For the Aussies, you'd have to do, I don't know what you can do. You can blow the trumpet in the last post or something. You can't do much. The Aussies haven't got much. Or one of the sets we might have a false, what do you call it, bar. And we could breast the bar, so to speak, and exchange deep and meaningful comments, as you're supposed to do allegedly at the bar or the barbecue. We've got to be careful that we're not offending people watching this program who are concerned about the impropriety of alcohol. See? But anyway, I mean, this is only the first episode. This might go on as long as that famous series when I was a child called Blue Hills.
Blue Hills or Blue Heelers?
Blue Hills.
Oh.
Before Blue Heelers, there was a thing called Blue Hills when there was only radios around. Went on forever. You know, for years, 20 years, 30 years or something. But this is only a beginning. Then we'll segue from here out to our mobile... What do you got, messages from God or something?
I've got a message from God, from one of our viewers, to challenge Father Bob more.
What is this?
So, Father Bob... I'd like to challenge you.
Twitter.
Okay, so tell me.
Sending messages.
You're getting a message from
Give me a
above.
look at it. What is it?
And
What's that?
it's a smiley face.
It's not mine. Yeah,
But,
go
okay,
on.
so my
Challenge,
next question
comrade.
for
Challenge.
you:
What do you want to know?
What if this is what you're going to do? What kind of a priest aren't you then?
Aren't I?
What kind of a priest aren't you?
Well, I mean, a temple priest. We have a different. What do you call it? A line of demarcation in the Catholic Church, where you've got temple priests who spend all their time doing worship and things and all of that, and synagogue priests, I suppose, who do spend all their time doing that only, no rituals, but just talking, trying to talk you into being good. And then you've got the one that I'm saying it should be, which is out in the public. Out in the open, priests. What do you call it? Free range, isn't it? Eggs? Free range.
Free range chooks.
Yes. The other one's a battery. I'm looking to be free range. See? So that wherever people are, well then, we ought to be. You see what I mean?
So won't the church police...
What's that thing he's holding up there?
won't the church police... Father Bob, won't the church
I can't
police
read that. I mean, what the hell is it?
Sorry, viewers. We're getting.
This is only we're just starting, for God's sake. But I mean, everybody wants to have a slice of the action.
Everybody wants in. That's the problem.
Maybe next messages here.
Maybe next week. Maybe next week we will have an opportunity for more messages. But I guess, Bob, what I'm really trying to figure out from you is you don't have a church anymore. You got booted out on the 1st of February, and so...
Booted out of what?
You got booted out on the 1st of February, Bob, of your church.
I left voluntarily on the 1st of February at the suggestion of my superiors, and then because I suppose you're still a priest and therefore you're entitled to do worship services. That's the problem. Where can you do some rituals? Because I don't feel like doing the rituals in this place. This
an office.
This becomes headquarters of the Father Bob Maguire Foundation.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And therefore, that's the planning place where you work out how to feed people, how to clothe people, all that kind of stuff. But the question is, can you use this space that we're in now, ladies and gentlemen, with cameras and lights and God knows what else, can you use it where you could do a stand-up prayer service? So you haven't got much room, but you can fit 40 people in here maybe. And you'll do a little bit of gathering people together, opening the Word, reading something. You'll read some pious Buddhist things.
Yep.
And then maybe we could ring a bell or two or have a whiff of incense or something. Do something just to give the people who are watching this some taste of where we can go. This is what do you call it, a work in progress.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So if somebody out there tweets and says, you don't know what you're doing, well then we'd admit to it. But we would say this is creative chaos.
Yeah, we're operating in creative chaos. If
Yeah.
people did want to get in touch with the channel, where should they tweet? What's your Twitter handle?
At Father Bob.
At Father Bob. And
it's FATHERBOB.
Father Bob. And also at Church Live. You can also go on Facebook, of course. And
Bob
you
Maguire.
can get in touch with Bob Maguire on Facebook.
Yeah,
that's right.
And you'll get pulled more than your money's worth than you have here, because here we're only the first, and we're very grateful to Church.tv.
Yep.
For the opportunity of going live, and we'll.
How regularly do you reckon we'll be running this channel?
Every 5 minutes.
Every 5.
Yes. You won't be able to get away from us. But the woman told me that. She said, I woke up last night and you were in my room.
Wow.
See? Which I denied.
What were you doing?
I wasn't in my room. Because she turned on the telly and I was on the news.
Okay.
You see? Isn't it? I got a fright. I thought she had something on me at last, you know. So that's what. So you won't be able to get away from us after a while, because I'm going to turn obsessive compulsive. And people say, oh, look, he tweets early morning and late at night, me. See what I mean? So this might be the same. If these guys teach me how to use this thing, and if it's as easy as they say it is, all I have to do is press a button in the privacy of my own room. And in fact, then be able to, I'll give Vimeos, or what do you call that? Vimeo or?
Video log.
Video log, is it?
Yeah, it's like your
kind of
live streaming whenever you want.
Yeah, and the dog. Where's the dog? Frank!
Franklin!
Frank, come and meet the people. Oh, thanks very much for showing so much enthusiasm, you know. Have a look at this. He's had enough already, and we've only been on for 5 minutes. Frank, darling, come and see the people. Come on. Come and see the nice church people out there. See? Sit here. Look, here's the lovely camera, and there's the lovely dog. See what I mean? Who's a bit bored. Do you want to say anything? Do you want to sing? He sings when they blow the last post. On Anzac Day, he does. Yeah, don't you? Woo! He does. Yeah, it's any time. That and the bagpipes. He seems to be. He resonates with them. I know it's boring, you see, because he's bored. He said, why don't you get off that and go and give us a feed? So we might finish up, will we? No?
I think that's pretty much it.
Pious thought. Yes.
That's pretty much it.
We must feed the dog, you see. But you can feed us, ladies and gentlemen, by going to Twitter, isn't it?
Yeah.
And letting us know.
Keep in touch.
Or Facebook.
Or via Twitter or Facebook. Twitter handle at Father Bob or at Church Live.
And we promise to clean up our act before the next
episode.
This
was a first run, so please join us again soon. and we'll explore.
And then later we could develop the show into a singing and dancing show, couldn't we?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Why not?
Can any of you behind the camera dance? Yeah, that's
dance.
A few nods. So next time, expect singing and dancing.
Thank you. Good night and good luck to you all, or good morning or good day, whichever suits you.